Okay, that looks like it's working now. Let me just look real quick. Okay, it's now doesn't have a picture, but it says I have excellent connection. So let me make sure my audio is set to the right audio so you can hear me. Sound, that should be. Okay. All right, so I believe we have sound. Okay, I am on my headphones. All right, so I think we are good to go. Let me just get my screen back open. All right. Sorry about that, guys. You know, some days are just like that. I should have known when I had an unhappy travel client at 8:30 this morning that it was going to be one of those Fridays. And it's okay. She's not unhappy with me. She had a family emergency and she had to cancel her trip, and she really wanted her refund quicker than they typically process it at the vendor because it's the holidays and she wanted to buy holiday gifts. So, and she kept telling her friend she was going shopping with, "Oh, the credit didn't come in, we'll go tomorrow." And, that only lasts for so long. And she was a little frustrated, but I spent 2 hours on the phone with the vendor, tracking down more details for her. And I think everybody's okay now. So that was good. It took most of my morning, but it was good and it all ended well. And she is still planning to go in 2025 instead. So I think it'll be a best case scenario as long as we can actually get her refund by the end of the business day on Monday, like they promised me. So we'll see. But I think we are in very good shape on that front. So let me find, okay, my notes for today's live. Here we go. I got my teleprompter. I have to tell you, and that's where the falling barometers are. That's what I always think of when I think of going live. I think of the little newscaster guy. I want to say it's Guy Smiley, but it's not. They just look sort of alike, if you know your Muppets. Um, and they're all at the farmhouse watching the TV, and they break in with a special bulletin, and the guy says, "It's a terrible snowstorm out there, and barometers are falling," and all the barometers come down and cluster around him and bonk him on the head and whatnot. That's always what I've thought of when I first started thinking of going live. I'm just going to adjust my feet so they're actually on my footrest. Thank you, my Genie gift from last year. This footrest has been invaluable. All right, so we have a lot of Disney news this week. But before we do that, I want to remind you that Universal also has their own special holiday stuff. They have holiday minions. They have Christmas in the Wizarding World of Harry Potter. They have Earl the Squirrel, who is unique to Universal. Of course, they have the Grinch. You can do breakfast with the Grinch. You can do pictures with the Grinch. The Who's are going to be wandering around Seuss Landing to be part of your holiday merriments. They might sing some carols. They might get in your pictures. Who knows? But you know how those Who's are. So don't forget you can do all that stuff. The Macy's parade floats and balloons have gone to Universal for Christmas in New York. If you're going to do the parade for Christmas in New York, make sure you get a spot by the tree because at the end of the parade, Santa actually goes over to the tree and lights it. So if you want to see that, if you want to catch a picture, if you want your kids to see it, make sure you have a good spot by the tree for the parade. Don't forget that pop-up shop with all the cool holiday merchandise because, we don't go to theme parks without merch. Somehow it always comes home with us. I keep trying to leave it there, but it keeps following me. I tell you, I do have to say the last time we were there, I think it was last year. I have a little too many plushies for somebody my age, and most of them I've pared down, so most of what I have left are either Snoopy or Disney, and then I have a couple that are specific to different holidays. Like I have a Christmas Snoopy from Macy's from one year, and I have two Christmas bears. But we walked into World of Disney, and of course, they have the whole wall of plushies. And I said, "Oh, look, plushies." And my son said, "Give me your wallet." And I said, "It doesn't matter. I have my magic band." And he tried to take it off my wrist. It's kind of become our standing joke. Um, and every once in a while, every couple years, somebody does actually make the cut and come home. But I have had to pick more carefully. If I had endless space and an endless budget, I would have every Disney character plushie in at least one size, but I just don't have the means for that right now. Maybe Maybe later, maybe if I win the lottery, who knows? You never know what might happen. But this year, if I choose one, I will have to choose carefully. Okay. Um, I also wanted to remind you that Viking Voyages has $25 deposits, reduced airfare, and reduced cruise fares. Some of those deals also include an onboard beverage credit. Speaking of beverage credits, don't forget about Virgin. They have New Year's cruises. Specifically, some of their traditional cruises have been revamped for the week between Christmas and New Year's. Um, and if you want to do holidays for 2025, if you want to do the parade in New York on Thanksgiving Day, if you want to do a holiday trip to New York, look at all the decorations, walk Fifth Avenue and look at the storefronts, see a Broadway show, go to see, Rockefeller Center, Top of the Rock, Freedom Tower, all that stuff. You can do that, and it's not too early to start thinking about it. I have somebody who's waiting for her paycheck so she can put her deposit on her Christmas 2025 Disney World trip. I'm so excited for her. I've been working with her since 2020. And we've gotten really close a couple times, and every time she's had an issue. But this one looks like it's actually going to work, and I can't tell you how excited I am for her and her family because they've hung in there. They keep trying to make it work. Every year she reaches out to me, and every year we get some quotes together and we look at some numbers, and I think they are finally going to go in 2025, and I'm so excited for them. Um, I go every year and I love it and I look forward to it. But, when you have littles like she does and you've been trying to do it for so long and it finally comes to fruition, it's just that rush. So I'm going to keep my fingers crossed that everything works out for them and they actually get there in 2025 because they deserve it. Okay, so speaking of 2025, let's talk about some stuff that's going on in 2025 in the Disneyverse. Um, Disneyland is going to celebrate its 70th birthday. The celebration is going to start on May 16th, 2025, and it will run through the summer of 2026. And guests are going to celebrate happy. World of Color is going to have a special happiness show for the 70th. The Paint the Night Parade will be coming back, and it's going to feature more than 1 million LED lights. Wonders Journeys is going to be rethemed. Better Together, the Pixar Pals celebration from the spring, is going to be making a repeat appearance. I would imagine they're going to update it a little bit, but they're kind of not announcing a whole lot of stuff. So I would expect, if nothing else, they will probably have new costumes for a lot of the characters because I know the Fab Five are getting new costumes for the 70th, just like they had special costumes at Walt Disney World for the 50th. Okay. Um, they're the oh, silly phone. The Waialua Bar and Grill at the Polynesian opens December 17th. They have some good looking food on the menu. They have a nice looking burger. There's some other really good looking treats. So I'm gonna try to check it out when I'm there. But since I'm gonna be there for the first couple days after it opens, it might be just insane. But I think I'm gonna wander over to the Polynesian and see how bad it is. I may have live updates for you when I'm back. Okay, let's talk Disney World 2025. The Villain Show will be debuting. The Little Mermaid Musical Adventure. The Spaceship Earth Lounge will be opening. Test Track will be back in summer of 2025. We also can look forward to the Starlight Nighttime Parade in Magic Kingdom. The Pirates of the Caribbean Tavern. Zootopia Better Together will be opening in Animal Kingdom. And Villains and the Little Mermaid are in Hollywood Studios. I almost called it MGM. Whoops, I'm dating myself there. Okay, so that's all the stuff that's coming up. I hope some of that makes you want to go there next year, be there next year. Friend Like Me Travel Company is celebrating holiday headwear today. So if you notice, I have my blinky Christmas Mickey ears on. I do have a Christmas hat I wear occasionally, but I'm not sure where it is because I'm still unpacking the Christmas stuff. The tree is up, the lights are on. I haven't put the ornaments on yet. I'm trying to decide what to put up. My mother's recovering from a knee replacement, and she has a lift chair, and the tree is on one side of her lift chair. So I'm thinking maybe I want to put mostly unbreakable stuff between that and the cats. So I need to go through the ornaments tomorrow and pick out the ones that aren't going to break if they fall off the tree, and then I'll put the ornaments on the tree. We have some beautiful glass ones from Pier 1. We have some that look like peacocks and they're all shades of blue, but I think they're going to have to take a year off and come back next year. Um, but c'est la vie. It is what it be beautiful anyway, so I'm not going to worry about it too much. Let's talk about some other cool stuff going on at Disney. Have you seen the gingerbread spaceship Earth? I cannot wait to see it in person. I cannot wait to smell the room. I have to be honest. I absolutely adore walking into the Grand Floridian and just that aroma of gingerbread that you get, the cinnamon and the nutmeg and the cloves and all the spices that just says Christmas to me. Um, so does pine, to be fair. But there's something about that smell in the Grand Floridian specifically. I think because the gingerbread display there is a little bigger. You still smell it in the other places, but you don't. It always smells most Christmassy to me at the Grand Floridian. But I am looking forward to going to Communicore Hall and seeing the gingerbread spaceship Earth. I am also looking forward to seeing the other resorts and what they've done this year. I know the animals are back at Animal Kingdom. I believe the boardwalk has their typical boardwalk scene. I've seen pictures of the carousel that should be at Yacht and Beach. Don't forget Wilderness Lodge last year had the Christmas Village. I'm sure they're going to have something this year too. Um, just so many, so many, so many cool things. So many. And I'm going to be there soon. And I can't wait. Um, that said, I feel like I should give you something besides just travel updates because you're not here just for the updates. You're here for the advice and all the good stuff I share. I'm going to give you a couple suggestions for under the tree if you're gifting travel this holiday. Um, when I got to go to the parade, the gifter took a big, huge old box we had in the attic. You might have a big old box that has a Christmas decoration in it that you might be able to reuse and put under the tree since that Christmas decoration will be out. Um, and there was a little card buried at the bottom of the box in a teeny tiny in a small gift box wrapped in a bigger gift box, but I had to basically like dig through three boxes to get to the card that said, "Surprise, we're going to New York." And of course, on the front of the card it was pictures of the parade floats and stuff. So that's something you could do. You could also put a note in a stocking. If you're going to a Disney destination, maybe you want to pick up a pair of ears from Shop Disney, or if you're in Florida or somewhere where there's a Disney store. I know there are still some Disney outlets around. You can pick some up. You can also get them off of eBay. Etsy has a bunch. You can put a note with your ears. You could do a t-shirt. If you're, for example, cruising, maybe you want to do a magnet for your cruise room door. There are all kinds of things you can do. So I'm going to leave you with that thought. Maybe even if you're not gifting travel, you'll be inspired for some of your other gifts. And I will see you next week. Everybody have a great week ahead. Let me know if you want to travel. I would love to help you. Bye till next week.